Welcome to my garden. See, back here, all the way in the back, I planted one strawberry bush. We've got quite a few actually off of that in the last few weeks. Small, I've heard that you're supposed to pick them off the first year as they come in. There's one coming in there. We've got quite a few actually on here. Quite a few that have been picked off already. I've got some dead leaves up under here. Looks like the little roly-polies or little pill bugs, as I think they're properly called, are eating up the dead foliage. So I like to leave it there, help fertilize the ground a little more, I guess, as they poop it out. I don't really mess with the pill bugs too much. Then we have some onions planted in front. They're actually doing pretty well considering I don't know what I'm doing. Standing up nice and tall. See some of the ends falling off here, like that one. It's pretty small. I'm guessing some of these are getting better drainage of water and some may not. Like these two back here seems to be really wet around the base of the plant. But we'll see how they do. Alright, and you may not be able to see these. Maybe I'll get down a little lower. See the little stem there? Here. There's a couple of them all along here. This is my garlic. It's been planted for about a month now. Actually, we started them from seed. I don't know if they're going to grow any bigger. Seems like they should be much larger than that at this point. But again, this is my first time in about 9 years at the attempt at gardening. Now, I have absolutely no idea what these things are. I planted spinach, as you can see here, spinach. And I've got this plant, who knows what that is. I've got this other thing vining out here, which I have just realized must be a sweet potato. Because I planted a slip over here, and it's looking just like the one that was supposed to be a spinach seed over here. These are all supposed to be spinach seeds. Now, I don't know if it came from the jungle growth that I planted, or it was in the seed package that I bought. But either way, none of this is looking like spinach to me. And it's been down here in the ground for several months now. Now, here's my cucumber, which I'm pretty proud of. It's coming up pretty good. The leaves are nice and hardy, really green. There's about 4 plants planted there, though. If you can see down there in the root, it's about 4 of them altogether. They say that they're only supposed to be about 1 for every few inches, but I planted them all together, couldn't figure out which one was the healthiest to pick off, so I just kind of let them stay. We'll see how that does. Then down here we have a few of them that are a little spaced apart, that aren't growing quite as big. Back here, I don't know what's going on with these. These are my squash. They're yellowing at the root. At the base, excuse me. But I still have new foliage coming up, so I'm just gonna let it be. There's my squash. I planted them far enough apart. They have plenty of room. Watering schedules, I guess, right on point. But for some reason, I'm thinking that it's probably the jungle growth that I planted them in, because I haven't heard the best things about jungle growth. Now we have our basil, which is actually doing pretty well. I planted a lot of these little bushes really close together when I put the seeds down. And some of them I have transplanted just pulling them up out the ground and replanting them. Those would be the ones that are going down the middle. They're standing up nice and tall. Last night they were a little slumped over from being newly planted, but they're doing pretty well. Unlike the cucumber that was transplanted, that would be this one right here. Seems to be dying because all of the roly-polies are eating them up, as you see there. So it's dead. You know, they only eat dead or dying foliage, so I just assume it's dead. Back here we have jalapenos, which aren't really doing well at all either. Again, they've been in the ground. The seed's been in the ground for about a month. And this is all the growth that we've gotten. Very small. I hear, though, that they'll come up a little larger or start to sprout faster once it gets hot. You know, our nights haven't made 70 yet. It's still in the 60s, so they say when the weather changes where your nights are still warm, around 70 degrees or so, the plants would do better. That would be the jalapenos that we have back there, as well as my sweet potatoes and some of the other foliage. Some of the other vegetables, excuse me. Oh, there are my sweet potato vines. They're actually getting really, really long. These came from a few slips that I bought from Walmart. See how long that one's getting. It's going to be time for me to trim that down here soon so it doesn't grow all over the garden. There are 3 here. They say the 3 can actually take over an area this size. But I'm going to try and keep it trimmed, and maybe it'll just bush up on me. Back here are the tomatoes. They're coming in really, really, really good. I've got a bunch of them planted there together, so it's going to be time for me to trim them, pick some of them out, and then cage them soon. Back in the corner here is some red bell pepper, which, again, like the jalapeno, are not coming in so well. Still very small. There's one there, and then there's a few of them over there again that are going to need to be trimmed. All of these started from seed. Hopefully they'll do a lot better. Now we also have a bush, the black bean bush, which again I am very proud of. Looks like there are just a couple leaves here around the bottom that need to be pulled out, maybe diseased. Look like there's some insects chewing at it. Either way, it's looking good. It's growing healthy. Leaves at the top are nice and green, hardy leaves. The stalks looking nice, very strong. And then towards the back, I think these are getting less sun. We have this one, still small. Leaves don't look so hardy on it. And then another black bean bush, which is just about ready to be pulled out of the ground. I don't have much faith in it there. Towards the front here, which I love, are my bush beans. Now these have been growing steady, hardy, and seem to be almost ready to flower, although they seem a little small for the flowering. If you see down here, it looks like there are some buds about to come up. So we'll see how those do. I'm not gonna really mess with these right now. They seem to be doing very, 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 very well. Next we I had some leftover onions. So what I did was just piled them all together and planted them. And there we have green onions, some chives, which are ready to be picked off and chopped up for seasoning some food. I can't wait. They're doing very well. And these are not getting much sun. And they're really, really, really green, unlike the onions over there. These all came from the same bush, the same pack of onions. I bought them as bulbs and planted them. And these are doing well. This soil over here doesn't get a lot of sun and it stays moist. It's not as well drained as the other side over there of the garden. Just in front are my cilantro, which look and taste good. Again, very proud of the cilantro. It's coming in nice and hearty. They're growing pretty well. Some of the seeds didn't come up, but it looks like, you know, within the next month or two, we might be able to pull some off and get them ready for some salsa or something. Maybe some chives and lime rice, chipotle style. But they're good. They actually can be plucked off now. Some of the leaves can and eaten. I've had quite a few of them actually in the last few days. They're great. And that's my cilantro. Next is the red leaf lettuce. I see a bunch of these leaves down here need to come off. They're dying. I'll probably be picking this whole thing up, salvaging what's still good, eating that, and kind of starting over with something else right here in its place. I think my lettuce has run its course. It's been good though. They were delicious. I've made quite a few salads from it. There's a stalk. This one is doing really good. It's still producing. I might just pick these off and let that one continue to grow. Alright, and that's my little garden. I will continue to show you the growth as she continues to produce. I'm hoping within the next maybe 30 to 60 days we may be able to get some real vegetables out here. Alright, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.